Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be, once again, as you can tell by the title, a top 10 video. A little bit of an interesting topic for a top 10 video. I've been doing a lot of these, and they've been a lot of fun to do. I know my good friends Rob and Alex have been doing them. Well, mainly Rob, he did his top 10 favorite horror remakes. Then he did his top 10 favorite franchises, and then Alex went on to do his top 10 favorite franchises, kind of like a response to that. So definitely go check out those guys. Definitely go check out their videos and all that stuff. They're two great guys. But this top 10 video, you can tell by the title, I don't know if many people have done a top 10 list like this before, but I figured this would be like a different kind of top 10 than what most people are used to seeing. And this will be my top 10 favorite Die Hard knockoffs, which are basically films that have copied the Die Hard formula in a way. And some of these are well-known ones, and some of these are kind of unknown ones, like ones that not people even know about, and all that stuff. So I figure I'd do a top 10 video on my top 10 favorite Die Hard knockoffs. So let's get on to the list. Okay. Coming in at number 10 was actually a made-for-HBO film, which is basically Die Hard in a courtroom, and that is Mistrial. Mistrial was always a film I actually saw for the first time this year, and I really do enjoy this film a lot. Very underrated performance by Bill Pullman. Probably his most underrated performance. I really do enjoy Bill Pullman as an actor, Serpent in the Rainbow, Spaceballs, many other stuff, many other films. Bill Pullman's great as a guy. It's basically about a guy. He plays a detective who goes to court because there's this guy who was accused of a crime, and he was part of the case, and basically the guy is found not guilty. So then Bill Pullman's character takes the courtroom hostage and declares a mistrial and starts presenting evidence that wasn't presented before. And basically the cops are outside. You have Robert Loggia, the great Robert Loggia, as the main cop. You have a couple of other recognizable faces in here as well. Actually, two of the people that had small roles in Survive the Night also have small roles in this as well. But I really do enjoy this film. It's a really great courtroom drama, and it's Die Hard in a courtroom, so it's a pretty interesting concept, and I really do enjoy this film, mainly for Bill Pullman's performance. I think it's a really underrated performance by him. Coming in at number 9, let me just make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, okay. Coming in at number 9 is Die Hard on a Plane. And you might be thinking, oh, it might be Air Force One. Air Force One, it didn't quite make it for me. I really like Air Force One a lot, but to me, this is really one of the more underrated films where it was Die Hard on a plane. And I actually saw this for the first time this year as well, and my number 9 is Turbulence. Turbulence is a film that basically it's kind of like if you take like Air Force One with like a Passenger 57 with Wesley Snipes. It's that kind of similar film where Ray Liotta is the main guy who takes over this plane. You have Lauren Holly, who is in Dumb and Dumber, as the main female hero. You have Brendan Gleeson as one of the other bad guys. You might see him in like Placid. And then some of the other people in the cast. You have Hector Elizondo, Jeffrey DeMunn, Catherine Hicks, who is the main female's friend. Catherine Hicks was, Annie's mom in Child's Play. And you actually have the woman, I think it's Heidi Kling, I think that's the actress's name. If you grew up with the Mighty Ducks films, Charlie Conway's mother. She's one of the passengers in this as well. But it's a really entertaining film. I know this film didn't do that well in theaters, but I know it did. I think it did fairly well on home video, and because of that, it spawned 2 direct-to-video sequels. So it did well enough to make 2 sequels. But I really enjoyed Turbulence a lot. I think it's a really underrated Die Hard on a Plane kind of like movie. Number 8 is basically Die Hard in an abandoned building. Trespass. Trespass, I've talked about this film a couple times before. Really underrated Walter Hill film. Bill Paxton and William Sadler are these two firefighters who basically are looking for gold in this abandoned building. And of course, they're at the wrong place at the wrong time with Ice-T and his little gang. And Ice Cube is one of his subordinates, and they become trapped in there and all that stuff. It's a really underrated film. Really enjoyed Bill Paxton. Really missed the guy as well. Ice-T is a great bad guy along with Ice Cube. William Sadler is a lot of fun. It's directed very, very well by Walter Hill. And it's a really underrated action film. Action thriller. Really underrated one. Coming in at number 7 is Die Hard on Alcatraz. And I think you already guys know what it is. The Rock. The Rock is a film that I can't say much more about. I mean, I consider this film a classic. It's my favorite action film of all time, The Rock. I love this movie a lot. It has a fantastic cast. You know, besides Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage, you have Ed Harris, Michael Biehn, William Forsythe, even little roles by, like, I think Tony Todd's in this as well. I'm pretty sure he is. I could be wrong, but I know Claire Forlani, who was Sean Connery's daughter in this film, was in Mallrats and things like that. But The Rock, I mean, do I need to say more? And it's without a doubt my favorite Michael Bay film. Love The Rock. Just checking to be sure. Okay. Coming in at number 6 is another kind of like Die Hard on a plane situation, but this deals with a plane that's carrying a bunch of prisoners. And you probably know what that movie is. Number 6, Con Air. Con Air, I would probably say this is my favorite Nicolas Cage film. I'd probably say it is my favorite Nicolas Cage film. Or, not my second favorite. My first favorite's The Rock, sorry. Then this would be my second favorite. It's a very fun film, tongue-in-cheek. They have little bits of humor in the film that I think is really, really nice when they look at the camera and things like that. Nicolas Cage is a lot of fun as the lead. You also have supporting characters like John Cusack. You have John Malkovich as the villain, Steve Buscemi, Ving Rhames. It's really directed very well by Simon West. A lot of fun action. I know John Cusack hates this film, which I really don't understand why. I mean, John Cusack, I'd rather watch this than Cell with Samuel L. Jackson. Hate to break it to him, I'm sorry. I'd rather go watch Con Air, but and it's his opinion, but I just don't understand that whatsoever. I think John Cusack was great in this film. Con Air is another great 90s action film, just like The Rock. Coming in at number 5 is Die Hard on a Mountain. That's right. Number 5 is Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger is without a doubt one of my favorite action films from the 90s. One of my favorite Sylvester Stallone films. John Lithgow is a great villain. You have Michael Rooker in the film as well. You have Leon, who was in Bats with Lou Diamond Phillips. You have Paul Winfield. Directed by Rennie Harlan, who's the same guy that did Deep Blue Sea, Die Hard 2, a lot of other good stuff as well. I'd probably say this is my favorite film that Rennie Harlan directed. Then Die Hard 2 would be my second favorite. I mean, Cliffhanger is a lot of fun. A lot of fun action. Sylvester Stallone's a great lead. I love John Lithgow as the villain. He's very entertaining. A lot of good stuff. Cliffhanger, I consider that one a classic as well. Definitely one of Stallone's best movies. Coming in at number 4 is basically Die Hard at a boarding school. Toy Soldiers. Toy Soldiers is another really fun one where a bunch of these people take over this boarding school, and you have these rebellious kids, these kids who have to save the day, headed by Sean Astin from the Goonies. You also have Will Wheaton as one of the kids from Stand By Me. You have Keith Coogan, who was in Adventures in Babysitting. T.E. Russell, who was actually one of Ice-T's gang members in Trespass. He's one of the kids in the film who's one of the heroes. Andrew Divoff is your villain, the Wishmaster himself. You have other great supporting characters like Arlie Ermey, rest in peace, Denholm Elliott, Louis Gossett Jr. A lot of fun. Number 3 is Die Hard in a Hockey Rink. Number 3 is Sudden Death. One of my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme films. Very entertaining. I love the fight with him and with the guy in the penguin costume. The late great Powers Booth is a great bad guy. Directed by Peter Hyams, who I really enjoy as a director. Love Sudden Death. Coming in at number 2, I had the DVD, but it was kind of a pain to pull out, but I'm just going to say it. Number 2 is Under Siege. One of my favorite Steven Seagal films. Basically Die Hard on a battleship, where Steven Seagal is the cook on the ship, and a bunch of these people take over, and Steven Seagal has to save the day. You have Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey as your 2 main villains. A lot of great villains. Steven Seagal is very entertaining, very fun action. I mean, I love Under Siege a lot. It's a great film. And of course, my number 1 favorite Die Hard knockoff is Die Hard on a Bus. You guessed it. My number 1 is Speed. Speed is without a doubt my favorite Keanu Reeves film. I love Sandra Bullock in the film. Dennis Hopper, may he rest in peace, is a great villain. You have Jeff Daniels in the film. Even Alan Ruck, who is in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is one of the passengers on the bus. Directed by Jan de Bont, same guy that went on to do Twister, among other stuff. But Speed, I mean, do I need to say more about Speed? It's a classic film. And so there you have it. Those are my top 10 favorite Die Hard knockoffs. Let me just take a quick drink here. Ain't nothing like the taste of Snapple iced tea. But I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 video, and thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Alright guys, take care.